Looking to find harmony and work-life balance? Join Coach AnnaJo as she shares practical strategies, empowering mindsets, and inspiring stories to live the life you want to lead on AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. Now, here's your host, Coach AnnaJo.
Welcome everyone to another episode of AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. I'm Coach AnnaJo and I'm here to challenge the myth of balance and find real harmony in modern life. Get ready to that moment that will inspire you to take action and live life on your own terms. I'm your host, Coach AnnaJo, and let's dive in. Did you know badasses struggle to say no as well? I'm just telling you that so you don't feel that it's only you and you are nice and you are this person that actually struggle to say no, and because of that you feel weak. No, badasses struggle to say no, but there's one difference between the badasses in this life who want to live their life on their own terms and the other ones that actually it's okay not saying no, and I'm okay with that. It's about the decision. Let me see how can I learn in how to say no. And this episode is really about that. This is for the badasses who want to have that life with harmony, living their lives on their own terms. And badasses know how to say no because they learn, because they want to make a decision that is aligned with their lives. Let's go on this episode in how to say no. And I feel that everybody struggles with the say no, but this different area of your lives, different areas of your life, perhaps you were more confident or you'd have different circumstances that you feel more confident to say no, and other ones you don't. But the thing is that in the world, we are constantly pulled in different directions. That's the truth, right? So the ability to say no is essential for protecting your energy. All right. And staying true to yourself, because we say, oh, I need to be authentic. I need to be myself, my best self. I want to really thrive in this life. So there are trade-offs. All right. And I'm sure that we want to be liked, but liked for everybody? Is it true? All right. And that part that we are really these badasses that really want to thrive. The trade-off of saying no means that you are saying yes to something else that is important for you, and make that voice not in a way that you feel bad about that, but the way that you feel good about saying no because you are aligned to yourself. Let's learn in how to do it. Okay. And today I'm sharing a story that, I struggle to say no all the time. And I think I was very good on saying no, for instance, at work. And I really, like during my 18-year former corporate world, living in different countries, in different environments, and in different levels, I struggle. And actually, like within the leadership, like the mentors I had, they were always say, learn how to say no. And actually there were type of tools, very practical tools in how to build a conversation, a political correct, like, let's follow the politics. It was how I was listening in that time, to say no and to influence in a way that actually, it would turn down some idea or some way that the project or the decision was going. But here today, I wanted to go more relatable for any type of your area of your life. And I want to go a bit more personal, right? So, and I want to tell a story where actually, it's my story how to say no in this world of entrepreneurship and building new relationships that I feel that are important for me in this new life, right? As an entrepreneur. So I went to, like years ago, I'm in this group for Tony Robbins, and I went to one of the conferences that he was in, and I was in a program for Tony Robbins. And I met this amazing woman, like not only one amazing woman, like, when you are in this group, like imagine like, run by Tony Robbins and all these members of the team and all like say, yeah, you know what I mean? It was like this energy was so high and we share so much about us that actually we connect, like the group of each other that we had like so many breakout rooms. And it was like a program for 10, 12 weeks or something. So it was like really seriously, like getting together and build real relationships. And we were all from all over the world. Okay. So it was in virtual and then, it was all over the world. But there was like some, where you from? And then we start to meet each other if you were local. And that is this amazing woman, amazing, a badass, totally. And she was, she like, let's meet. And like, of course, let's meet in New York City. And I was starting to have this phase where my badass energetic was aligned. So me living in New Jersey and wanting to have more vibrancy, I was starting to look after how can I get more vibrancy. And then I was commuting already to go to New York City. And I was starting to set up the actual Fridays I have now in New York City. So I was starting to come over, but she was kind of my person to go to because we started to meet there and we were having lunch, have like these conversations, still with this vibrancy coming from this program from Tony Robbins. Our conversations were filled of high energy and it was always like sharing deep level of conversations because we were coming from a group that it was meant to go deeper and it was amazing. And then one day she was actually working out and she was really kind of fit, making decisions that, like I really admire her. And she told me like inviting me as, to be part of her team. And that invite by itself, like, do you want to be part of my team? I honored so much. I was like, of course, of course. But the thing is, the team that she was inviting me was to be part of the Beachbody team because she was part as well as side vessel she had apart from her job. She was part of this, I don't know, a coach on this MLM Beachbody, which is a fitness platform where you have access to so many workouts and other types of like it's a fitness platform. Now I don't think it's Beachbody. Now I think it's Body, BODI, right? So, but I think it's very popular. And actually, she was telling me that she reached and she got the access to Tony Robbins through this platform Beachbody. So I was like, all right. Right. I would love to think about that. And why I would love to think about that is because actually, in that time, my morning routine, I was set up in terms of my workout. I was already working out almost every day. And I was discovering running, which is now one of my passions is running. And actually, my favorite time is the days I'm going for a run. And then I was as well in a different vibe for my workout, not a gym, but I use the class, which is a different type of workout. So, and that's the type of workout I do at home. So I was okay. This means I was okay to have my workouts done. So I didn't want to sign up for something else that I know I couldn't commit. That was for sure kind of something I knew. But this beautiful, badass new friend of my life, living my vibrancy in New York City, asking me to be part of her team, I felt honored for the invite. All right. Can you guess if I join? Oh, yes. I say yes. Yes. Why not? And that's just like, it's a great promotion this summer. And you will love it. You have running as well. You have all these things that you are loving doing. You have here. You have access to nutrition. You have access to things. And you can join my club at 7 a.m. online. We do this workout. Look like everything was amazing. I mean, yes, I don't want to, but okay. All right. I sign up. But then, like she thought, it's only $197. And it's for the full year. You don't need to pay more. And I was like, okay, I don't need to be so committed. $197. trading for this friendship and this vibrancy, why not? And I signed up and I thought like, it's not a big deal. But the fact is then I committed, and then all our lunchtime with this beautiful lady, amazing badass, she was asking me, oh, I never saw you like at 7 a.m. club with my team. It's like, oh, I can't because I have two children. I'm very busy. And then, like actually I'm working out. I was justifying I was working out. And then because she, I had her name or something, she could see if I was signing up or not. And I didn't even had downloaded the app in my phone or like, but do you have your app downloaded? Like what app? So then like, okay, let me go here and you do this. And she showed me how to download the app of Beachbody in my phone. And then there was no excuse for me to do it. Then I had another layer of problem. I didn't want to do it. I paid to be okay. But now looks like I had to go into the app and do something because she was able to see if I sign up, like signing in, not signing up, right? Signing in and see if I was working out. All right, I did a couple, but it was not really aligned for me. I really tried to like Beachbody, but in that time was not aligned with me. It was not aligned with the values or the trajectory I was going to. That's it. I was working out, but not using that platform. And that was something very serious I commit to myself. And actually, I'm very proud of where I am now, but I had to manage that. So the no that I should have said there started to even to grow to a level even higher because now I need to be doing because I don't want to disappoint this new friend with this great vibrancy that meet me in New York City, and this is in my goals. So, all right, I started to do, but there was more like the ones that actually perhaps I could like. I need to pay more. Like I'm not going to pay more. I'm going to do the programs. And then she was texting me, this yoga is amazing. And I was doing a yoga. And then I was like, this is too much. All right. So as you can see, saying yes to something I didn't want to, and I want to match the energy that why I was saying yes, because I want to have that energy level of relationship with this person. I want to keep that level. It was impossible to me because it was not at all aligned to the values and the way I wanted to live on my own terms. And because I didn't have the courage to let her know what happened, actually our relationship, was fading. It's not because of that. I don't believe, but actually I was starting to feel, oh my God, I'm glad that she came this Friday to me because I didn't sign up. I signed up, no sign in this week on the app. So she won't ask. So I won't be in this position like, oh, I didn't have time. Do you know? Oh my God. I remember this feeling, and because it was not only one time saying yes or saying no, and it was not my boss, it was not my children. Actually, I think I learned in so many areas of my life saying no, but this new environment that I wanted to be part of with this really high energy, I was not able to say no. And in fact, so I was saying, right, our relationship fading in because she moved and then what happened the next year, because I didn't know how to navigate on the app, I had to pay it again because it was the same price, like it was the same price, 1 year more of the app of Beachbody that I never use it. And here I am with another year receiving emails saying, here we are, the promotion, here we are. And each time I got these emails saying, here we are, it comes this. I need to be a badass and be able to say, no, what's going on? Of course, then, of course not. Of course means, of course, in my head. But the thing is that then I was able to cancel. And actually, our relationship, as I said, didn't keep up because our lives kept, in different paths. But this lady is amazing. It's nothing about her. It was about myself not being able to say no. And I bet I'm not alone. I bet I'm not alone in this world with this Beachbody experience or body. The second year, it moved to body, BODI. And as I bet that you had so many situations, right? That you found yourself agreeing to something, not because you wanted to, but because you didn't want to let someone else down, right? And saying no can be tough. I want to acknowledge that. I want you to know, hear from me that it's okay to feel compromise, like in conflict of saying no. I want you to know that exists. That feeling, that thought, oh my God, that fear exists. And it's not because of that you are not a badass. Now, what comes next, which is the action you take, this is a different story. And here is where it comes like with small steps, but I want to talk about the 5 steps that we can walk through to learn how to say no and be the badass that you want to be in our lives, to live the life we really want aligned with our values. And I think there's other part, which is I move a lot, right? So as you know, I'm Portuguese, born, raised, but most my education is in Portugal. And living, I live apart from Portugal, another 4 countries more. And every time I move, I wanted to fit in, right? And to fit in process is saying no is hard, right? So because then how do you fit in if you say no? How do you fit in and face the fear of not fitting in, right? So, and that's that part. I think it's perhaps I don't know if it's the immigrant or the expat, but the people who move so much, and that identity, there's a certain identity shift. But for me, and having children moving with me, like my son, like I really want him to feel that it's okay. So I was trying as much as I could to fit in the community and where I was going at school and whatever, right? So saying no, it doesn't look like something was in my agenda. I had to say yes. And I'm glad so many yeses I did, all right? But arriving to the place that is a pattern from me on, especially in my personal life, that I can say no, it doesn't feel, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel I'm living the life I want. So this is a process, and I really want to remember that it's so empowering, overcome this fear, because the fear exists, but overcoming the fear of saying no and being rejected or have a conflict or, deal with the conflict, right? So, and stay in your lane and have this feeling. Now, all right, okay, I can do it. I can do it. And that's what I want to really share with you, because the relationships can maintain at all on the base of, oh yes, I'm saying yes, sir, right? So yes, you can. It has to be a relationship in mutual, interest and respect. So, and if you believe on this, we are in good track. All right. So let me say, like, regarding to the 5 steps, right? So, and these are not even steps, I would say points for you to think through about, like, situations that perhaps you are like, yes, true, I'm saying yes to what or not, and I should say no. And the should part is as an indicator that, all right, let's review that. But it's not like putting yourself down, all right? So I don't want you just to, I know. No, all right? You are a badass. You have a beautiful person. And, these are the circumstances, and you're learning. And that's why you're listening to this podcast, right? So you're learning and how really, what could relate with you. And I'm going to point out five points to actually, that could help you to learn and really to be the badass in knowing I'll say no. But look, get one. And from that one, do one thing. And if you do one thing, if you listen to this podcast, you are a badass because you're taking action. All right. You are deciding something different from your day-to-day, your patterns. And that's a badass attitude. All right. Okay. I want to honor everything that you have right now. Okay. Don't put yourself down. All right. So number 1. And the number 1 is the point, is clarity on your personal priorities. So, please reflect what is important for you. Okay. Reflect. reflect in terms of, so how you become a badass who knows how to say no, start to have a clear priorities, and you truly what matters to you is my family, is my, whatever it is. So, and have that clarity that I'm saying no right now to my boss. It's because actually this project is not so important. I understand the deadline, and actually I need to pick up my daughter after 4. Do you know? So things like that, and this is where I was good at. So challenging the deadlines that looked like a priority for my boss, and actually was not, because I knew how the project would come, and being there for such a long time, I recognize how the dynamics and the politics in between. So I was able actually be comfortable to say no. To look, actually, right now I can't. I'll come back this tomorrow. So, and that is a no for that request, or for that Friday afternoon, which normally everything in I don't know if it happened to you, if you happen to be a corporate, but everything happens on a Friday, and you're like, I'm leaving, right? And even I had these Fridays, summer Fridays, and which means that we won't work during Friday afternoon, but look like all the decisions were about to be done during the weekend, and then we need to be there, like on the call. So, but even that, right? So if you understand that actually it was just more about like a desire for someone that has the power to say, please, I want this, but actually it was not necessary. And you like, what is my priority right now? All right. I'm a game player right now, and I'm part of this team, but actually this will be okay if I come back to the subject on a Monday morning, and that is where it comes my priorities, like not a yes to family, a no to work. It's not about that. It's be clear in your priorities. And actually sometimes it's the other way around. Like, look, I understand that is important for me to work during this weekend. So let me arrange things and be honest and say no to the family for that moment, because I need to prioritize this part of my work. But have clarity on your personal priorities, okay? And this means each area and each time of timeline where you are. So I was like, I always say yes to family. I always say no to work. I always say yes. And I don't think it works like that. So that's why it's clarity in your personal priorities. It's priorities for your life in this moment, in this chapter, in this week, in this day. All right, during this day. So something like that, have the clarity and be able to pull like okay, what is priority for me right now, here, and have the ability to show up regarding of who you are. Okay, but first know your priorities. All right, and don't put like black and white, like just know your priorities and the agenda that you work for. Okay, that you live for, not work for, live for. Okay, number 2, practice saying no with small ways to build confidence. And this is in everything we practice, right? So my daughter is starting gymnastics, and she's 6, and she's starting to do handstands, and I'm there, oh my God, please. She doesn't, she's all the arms are stretched, and it's like, oh my goodness, please, what's happening? And she falls down. You know what? That's part of the process. But step by step, in small by small things that she does each time she goes to this class, she gets better. And then it's amazing because, she's a child, and I can see this as swimming as well. She was not swimming, and finally this summer she swims, like it's step by step. It's just like a muscle that you are building. It's something that I should say no. See, if you say I should say no, it's a no. That's a good, I could have at least a different one, but no, I should say no, so it's a no. All right, so stop there. And like, how am I managing this situation? All right, how am I managing this situation? And perhaps is a very small thing that you normally say yes, and why not? Okay, never mind. But it's actually a no. It could be a no. I don't know. Like sometimes my mom calls me. She's in Portugal, and I really want to get her phone because I want to be there. But sometimes we talk and talk and talk and talk. Like, Mom, need to stop here. And that's a no. It's a small no. And she respects fully. She respects fully. She's an amazing, badass woman in this world. She respects fully. But it's me saying, "Oh my God, I need this and that. So I should say I need to go." But saying no on those little things and being aware of that no, specifically be proud of you being this badass that you're saying no to the things that you really want to. Oh, yes, that is transversal to so big things that you need to show up and say no. Yeah, number three, point number three. Understanding that saying no is about respecting your own boundaries and align with your true self. Is about respecting yourself. Number three, if you say no, when you want to say no, not thinking in more stuff, you are respecting yourself. And you deserve, as a badass, all the respect in the world from yourself to yourself. Okay? And most importantly, remember that saying no is not about letting others down. It's about lifting yourself up. Every no you say to something that doesn't serve you is a yes to something that does. And while I was preparing this podcast, I made this quote. All right. I think this is amazing. Every no you say to something doesn't serve you is a yes to something that does. Remember, again, really, understanding your no's and saying no and aligning with you, all right, is again, every no you say to something that doesn't serve you is a yes to something that does. All right. And just think about that. Just think about that. Okay. The number four is and this perhaps, like, for instance, like this example, me saying a yes to the body beach, right? And then like I was trying to work out to fit in like on the app, right? So to match the expectation of this new friend I was having, and I didn't want to let her down. So there is this Katie Byron's framework. She has these questions, and I got from her the 3-level question. All right. And if you can use it, it's so simple. It's so simple. I think perhaps you may know, but Katie Byron is one of the life coaches, ever. So she is amazing. She has this book, The Work, right? Making the Work, something like that, where you can go through the multi-level question when you want to know why, understand the deeper level, why you are doing something. All right. So, and this is a scenario, let's apply for the beach body. But the 3-level question I want you to think is, the question you say is that true? Right? Is that true to something you want to say no? Right? You ask, is that true, for instance, for me? Is that true? Saying no to joining Beachbody means my friend won't talk to me again. All right. So first question, is that true? And then you put the situation. And the situation is not saying no to the Beachbody, because I would be able to say no to Beachbody. I couldn't say no to my friend. All right. So that's why this is important. So understanding what is the real, the no, and then go through these 3-level questions. So is that true? Saying no to joining Beachbody means my friend won't talk to me again. And I'm me thinking, is that true? That even feels like, if she won't talk to me, if I would say no. Right? Moment. Then the second question, is it really true? Okay, it's the same, but it's really true that saying no to joining Beachbody means this friend won't like me anymore. And see, kind of comes as already I'm in the zone. The first question, is that true? I'm already in the zone for it's really true. And I'm like, it's really true that if I say no, she won't like me? And now I don't have her anymore. It's like, oh, is that a friend? It starts to realize, if she won't talk to me because I say no to something that I don't want to, she would be my friend. I don't want that friend, right? I started to have different thoughts, right? And then coming with the 3rd level, which is a wrap up. What is the deeper truth behind my need to say yes to joining Beachbody? And then it comes, of course, I want to be liked. I was willing to compromise my own boundaries and priorities, and all the time I would have to do whatever the workout, and I decided to do, just to fill the expectations of this new friend by joining. Beachbody and signing in on the app of Beachbody. So saying yes to something means that I was not saying yes to me in that time. All right. And the true confidence is that if I would say no, if I had the confidence to say no to this, my true, new friend, I would actually understand, right? So if she was really a true friend or not, and how perhaps our relationship would rise in a different level, because then I would be really my authentic self. So I was trying to juggle, and did I do it? And oh my God, please do it. I remember one day I said to my husband, signing and do yourself this workout and tell me how you feel. All right. I consider myself as a badass. So I'm telling you the story so you don't feel bad. All right. So please, if I learned, but yes, I did that. And my husband was like, huh? What do you mean? Let's do this workout. I implement with my password the Beachbody app on his phone so we could do workouts. Okay, he did once. All right. So it's like, no, this is not for me. For him, right? So because he has a different aspects of the workout as well. But that happened. So coming back to this, number 4 is about going through the deeper level to have the realization why you are saying and yes to a no for you. So go through this 3-level question from Katie Byron's. Is that true? Is it really true? What is the deeper truth? So that's how the 3-level question. Here are the applying to the Beachbody case that I'm telling you about. All right. So number 5 and last one. And this is big. All right. Badasses in the world, please listen to this because you are ready. Accepting when others say no to you. Because if you feel so uncomfortable saying no to others, it's because you feel uncomfortable as well when others say no to you. Okay? That's always a mirror and is a reflection of the self regarding to your fears to others. All right? So as a badass, it's also important to be okay with others saying no. All right? Yes, saying no to you and be okay, right? And, and sometimes those situations happen and be aware that is happening and be aware of the feeling you are having when you receive a no. And just respect your own boundaries. Respecting others' boundaries is key to maintaining healthy, authentic relationships. And understanding the no from others is not about the rejection. It's about the others, boundaries, values, and everything else. So accepting when others say no to you is the number 5 here of the 5 points to learn how to say no. So being the badass, you want to say no when you need to say no. All right. So here are the 5 points that you can use to learn and improve this badassness on you to say no. Number 1, clarity on personal priorities. Number 2, practice saying no in small ways to build confidence. Number 3, understanding that saying no is about respecting your own boundaries and aligning with your true self. Respect yourself, okay? Number 3, do the 3-level question inspired by Katie Byron's. Is that true? Is that really true? What is the deeper truth? All right? And then number 5, accepting when others say no to you. And here I am. Thank you for joining me. This episode at AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. I hope my story today reminds you that it's okay to say no. In fact, it's necessary. Thank you for tuning in to AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. I hope today's episode has inspired you to live your life on your own terms. Until next time, please remember, you are powerful, you are capable, and you can do hard things. See ya.
You've been listening to AnnaJo Talks, Work Life for Badasses, with your host, Coach AnnaJo. To learn more about Coach AnnaJo, her blogs, and her coaching programs on how to achieve the work-life harmony you deserve, head on over to AnnaJoTalks.com. Make sure to follow Coach AnnaJo at Coach AnnaJo on all social media platforms. And don't forget to subscribe and listen to all of the AnnaJoTalks episodes on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses was produced by Thrive Loud Productions. Thanks for listening.